Let's see, and we're live. Good morning, good morning. It's personal development, human development, natural human development processes is the main focus. And when I say the main focus, my opinion is that it is the main focus, because the humans are the problem with the planet, and the planet is the main focus. But if you want to fix the problem, you have to look at what's causing the problem. That's the people, and the people are not aligned with natural processes. And there's natural processes to everything. So, of course, there's natural processes to our human development. And let's see here, what did I title this? I titled it Healing, Growth, Disengaging from Linear Mindset. And yeah, some of the stem from the Me Too, and healing, and you can't. There's some things you can't force, and that's kind of the definition of linear mindset, colonial mindset, using the term over domestication. But to tell people to get over it, it's like that's not a natural it's not a natural process. To understand things that we need to heal from and address them and acknowledge them, but we don't get over things. Honestly, you could say the same thing. I'd say the same thing about forgiveness. Now, this is just me talking, but people say, oh, well, forgive and forget. It's like, well, you don't really want to forget. You can understand, or if you really think that someone made a mistake. Again, this is just my opinion. It might not work for everybody, but to draw the parallel, we feel certain things for a reason. We feel that for a reason. It's not just feelings that we say, oh, I don't like to feel this way, so I'm going to get rid of it, so I'm going to bury it. I don't want to feel hateful, so I'm going to get rid of it, so I'm going to ignore that feeling. Ignoring our feelings is like one of the keys to the species' problems. We can't do that. We have to address those feelings. And we have to let ourselves go through cycles and go through our feelings and recognize our feelings. But we can't just push them aside like they don't exist. Our feelings are not words. And our feelings are not words. We can't just say, oh, I'm not going to use this word. We're not going to use this feeling represented by a word. It's not like that. And that's a sign of the disease of linear mindset, is that feelings and huge ideas are subjugated behind English words, or perhaps whatever language you speak. But there is always a notion or an idea first, before the words. The words are just a descriptor. The words are just a little label. So we can't take feelings, pretend they're subjugated behind words, and then just toss that word. We can't say, oh, hate's a bad thing. I'm just not going to address it. I'm going to pretend that I'm just going to eliminate that word from my consciousness. So hopefully that's of some help. But again, letting ourselves go through these cycles, understanding how we feel, and addressing how we feel. And then that process is going to take however long that process takes. Maybe it is a full healing. Maybe it's something that just always stays with us and changes us permanently. But whatever it ends up, that's what it is. We can't manufacture our existence. We can't falsely manufacture how we feel, or how we, it's like our feelings are our feelings. And that's, one thing about communication and conflict resolution. When you say, I feel this way, it's like, okay, your feelings are valid no matter what. Okay, then it's how we address our feelings. It's like, okay, well, I feel this way, but I'm lashing out. Okay, well, that's not healthy. But if you say, I feel this way, and I'm trying to reason with the other person involved. And that's allowing ourselves to go through these feelings. That's a natural process. That's cyclical. Addressing these feelings of growth, that's a natural process. Growth is a natural process. Intentional growth is a natural process. Ignoring our feelings, or saying, oh, I'm not going to be this, or I'm not going to be that. I don't know. To say that, I don't know if that's something to take into consideration. I think that we can adjust ourselves a little bit, but let's adjust ourselves to ourselves and not mainstream, linear, stagnant mindset. We can't adjust ourselves to a linear mindset. So, and that's really important. A lot of people, and that gets back to the, fit in. I don't fit in because I'm, too sensitive or whatever, or too emotional. And, but fit into what? Fit into nothing? No, there's some things that, logic's going to come around to our natural processes, just like natural science, 7th grade natural earth science. There's processes that happen. So, we don't want to try to adjust ourselves to something that doesn't adjust at all, right? Mainstream linear mindset, the problem is that it's not. The problem is that it's not, it doesn't work. It just plain doesn't work. It's false idealism where, people think that they can, be something other than what they are, and creating oh man, there's just so many levels of screwed up there. I'm going to get back to explaining some linear mindset and disengaging from linear mindset on that note. But the linear mindset it's not taking a natural process, it's ignoring a natural process that's cyclical and creating the false narrative that it can be straightened out, that our learning path can be straightened out. Just like let's take the schooling system as a perfect example of linear mindset. Not saying that there's things that that we can't get some usable ideas and usable concepts from systems, from static systems. We can do good from static systems. Business, there's a lot of good static systems in business, but we have to keep them, out here at arm's length, not embrace them with our full being. So, school where everyone learns at this pace and everyone learns the same thing at this pace. People aren't processes. People can use processes, but people aren't processes. And that's a huge difference. And that's a kind of huge difference that people need to embrace and not just take the big shotgun approach to to our development. You know, we need to look at these finite things. You know, just like business, we can't say, oh, business is bad. You know, there's a lot of good things there. So, and that big shotgun approach, that's another definition of linear mindset, and trying to put a label on something and say good or bad. When I say shotgun, they say shotgun because it scatters. It's just like the throw something and see if it sticks kind of thing. But another part to the linear mindset, which is not sustainable. It's not a real thought process. It's not engaging real thought process. Is that labeling, and that dualistic. It's like everything's got to be right or wrong, and then it gets labeled the right or wrong, and then you can't do it. That's not a natural thought process. Natural thought process is everything is taken into account. So everything's cyclical. We have to go through things at our own pace. We have to learn who we are, we have to learn who we are as individuals, embrace natural development, not let people step on our natural development, and energy trespass is I think a huge part of that. And just think about what that is. You know, it's the people touching without permission, and people touching your energy without permission. And Ralph Waldo Emerson actually talks about that. But energy trespass, it's, you know, if we talk about really real respect, and this is I'm gonna actually come full cycle on this. If we talk about real respect, it's recognizing energy and respecting that from the energy, not just giving someone, you know, physical space to walk around us, but actually recognizing that energy and where that energy is, and does that energy need more space. So that's, you know, real respect, and that's part of the growth also. And that if you understand that, then we can give each other room to grow more from the energy sense also, because that's, to say it's real is like kind of stupid, because that's maybe the only thing that's real. So disengaging from linear mindset, everything is a process. People have natural growth processes that need to be recognized. We can't just subjugate our feelings behind words and say, oh, we're going to put them aside and get over it. We have to go through our cycles. We have to address how we feel. We can't just put it aside because we feel a certain way that doesn't align with, you know, what mainstream society thinks we should be doing, which doesn't even make sense because they don't think. It's not thinking, it's a linear mindset. It's set, which is not how we function. If we function alive and fluid, the mindset is killing us. So disengaging from linear mindset, not forcing something to go a certain way, not putting timelines on things, understanding natural process, and that we are made of processes, and we have to acknowledge processes and understand how we actually work. Not subjugating that behind false idealism. You know, who would do that? The more you do this, the more you engage yourself and understand processes, the more empowered you'll be, and the more you'll be able to just be like, yeah, no, that's way too stupid for me to engage in, this linear mindset thing. And you'll see where it arises, where these people are they're just freaking it's a strange situation, because it's like, how can we really be here? How can we be having conversations about this? Because it's just so far out. Why do we have to explain the need for water and clean air and a clean environment? I mean, I don't think it's comprehensible in the human level, and I think that's maybe why some people have problems with it, because it is literally incomprehensible. It's like we have to grow ourselves to understand this, the horribleness of the situation. But we have to. That's something that has to be addressed, and maybe it takes years to be able to address what's actually happening, and to get to the place where we can be engaged and helpful about it and come up with actual solutions. So I know it's taken me years, many years, hard years, but we have to address the problems and the real problems, and not subjugate feelings behind words, and actually grow, be real people. Okay, I've probably rambled on about that. Hopefully I connected the dots enough to where people were able to follow. And I know it's early morning, but had a lot of these things going on, so hope everyone has a good day.